Hello everybody, Stuart Wheeler, Freedom Wheelchair Skills here again, and this is another Wheelchair Pushing Diaries. This episode is a little diary of a journey into London. So I caught the Elizabeth line from Taplow. I was really impressed when the train pulled up exactly where it needed to be to get me on, with the assistants putting down the ramp for me. So we travelled through the suburbs into London. Had my Grippets gloves on, and we arrived at Canary Wharf, a very quiet Canary Wharf station. So I made my way through the buildings in various lifts to get up onto the DLR platform, and I got on the Docklands Light Railway and made my way to Greenwich. So we arrived at Greenwich Station. I was really surprised how old it was compared to Canary Wharf. We made our way through, I suppose you could call it a town, to the park where I pushed up the hill to the Royal Observatory and the Planetarium. It's quite a steep hill, and you can see here it gets really steep, and I've got to put my hand up there. I did get some assistance. But we get to the top to see this awesome view of the city of London and Canary Wharf and Docklands and stuff, and it was really nice. So then we went in the Royal Observatory, saw some old telescopes and a bit of history about how they discovered or invented the timekeeping. Then we had some time to kill before we went into the planetarium, so we thought we'd just go back down and go to the Maritime Museum. So there's big hills in the park, so I couldn't resist the opportunity to pop it up on the back wheels and backward balance down the hills. I've got to say here, I'm T4 paraplegic, and I find rolling down steep hills or ramps on my back wheels more comfortable than rolling on with all four wheels on the ground. If all four wheels on the ground and my front casters suddenly stop, that's me out the front of the chair, and I don't want that to happen. So yeah, we went in the Maritime Museum. It's really interesting to read about the Empire discovered new lands and stuff, and a bit sad to read about the slavery and stuff. It was a bit horrible. Got in more lifts as well, and then actually reading about this bit, the Barnaby Corsairs, the pirates against the British troops, and reading more about pirates I found really interesting. So we finished there, and we had to go back up, go to the planetarium this time. So we went to the planetarium, I came back down a different route, and again I couldn't resist popping it up on the back wheels to get down. There's a big divot there, bit of a job to get out of that. So then we made our way back down into the town of Greenwich, and then pushing along the paths, the horrible flagstone slates or cobbles, whatever these are. They're horrible, and I had to be really careful that there wasn't a raised up slab and it would suddenly stop my chair. So I took it slow. The rest of the family were a bit ahead of me, but I didn't care. Slow and safe, man, slow and safe. So then we got to a lovely restaurant, had a nice meal before we left Greenwich. So again, a few more lifts to get onto various trains. Well, I'll get on the DLR and then back on the Elizabeth line. And we made our way to Taplow station, and the guard assisted me off, said, "Oh, we've got a steam train coming through here in 15 minutes." He was like, "Should we hang around for it?" So yeah, why not? Don't get to see one of these very often. Powerful iron horse thundering through. Yeah, you could really feel the surge of energy it was creating when it went through. Nice little finish to the day.